Welcome to another Meeples and Milkshakes Board Game Cafe unboxing video. I'm Jim. We're going to do another unboxing. I have like 13 or 14 boxes here, and we have lots of neat new things to look at, some special orders, restocks. Let's get right to it. All right, first up we have a full case of Lost Ruins of Arnak, which is nominated for a bunch of awards this year, and boy is it ever fun. I've been playing a lot of this this year, and it is definitely deserving of all the hype. So this is a deck building and worker placement game all together. You start with a hand of cards, and where is, oh yeah, here's the top of the board. So during the game, these cards are available for purchase to put into your deck to make your deck even more interesting. And then also you have some explorers that can go to different sites that you dig and discover and get different things. And there's some research tracks here that you go up. There's basically a whole bunch of different ways to get points. It's just a lot of fun. Also pretty simple to learn, medium weight game, I would say, and just really good overall. Other neat thing is that Czech Games, they recently released a solo solo rules for this, so you can download those online, and yeah, then you can play this game solo. Pretty neat. Lost Ruins of Arnak. Okay, so here we have a brand new game. This is by T-Turtle, the makers of Unstable Unicorns. This is called Happy Little Dinosaurs. It is a 2 to 4 player game, a card game, and it looks like a lot of fun. It says here, lately it feels like we're all just dinosaurs trying to avoid the falling meteors. In this 2 to 4 player game, you try to dodge all of life's natural, predatory, and emotional disasters. You might fall into a pit of hot lava, get attacked by saber-toothed squirrels, or be ghosted by your dino date. But the dino who survives it all wins the game. Has some cute little dino meeples, and there you go. So we had this up for pre-order, and some of these are already spoken for, but there's a number left. And I think there's also an expansion in one of the boxes that we're going to open that has the Happy Little Dinosaurs 5 to 6 player expansion. There we go, Happy Little Dinosaurs. Okay, so here we have the long-awaited new exit games. This is the Gate Between Worlds. This is a level 3 game. This, like all of the exit games, is a kind of escape room puzzle game that you can play by yourself or with your friends. It uses a free app to help you play the game, and these exit games are not replayable, but because they're not replayable, they have some really neat mechanics that only can really work if you allow yourself to make a game not replayable, and that's why they are so popular, because they are very good fun and very affordable. So there you go, the Gate Between Worlds is now here, and there will be some more new exit games in other boxes. All right, so here we have Imperium Classics and Imperium Legends from Osprey Games, and these are some card games. So let's take a look at Imperium Legends together. Formidable adversaries are arrayed against you. Your people stand ready. History beckons. In your hands lies the destiny of one of history's greatest civilizations. Under constant threat of attack, you must conquer new lands, oversee dramatic scientific and cultural advances, and lead your people into the era of empire. Expand too rapidly, and unrest will bring your civilization to its knees. Build up too slowly, however, and you might find yourself a mere footnote of history. As one of 8 radically asymmetrical civilizations, you will compete to become the most dominant empire the world has ever seen. Imperium Legends is a standalone game that contains the three most challenging civilizations in Imperium: the Arthurians, Utopians, and Atlanteans, as well as the Egyptian, Minoan, Olmec, and Chin civilizations, each of which makes for a unique and challenging opponent in a solo game. It is fully compatible with Imperium Classics for players wanting to expand their pool of civilizations even further. So this is a 1 to 4 player game. It takes 40 minutes per player, so a 2-player game. It says it's about an hour 20, and there is a solo mode as it says there. And then Classics contains the Carthaginians, the Celts, the Greeks, the Macedonians, Persians, Romans, Scythians, and Viking civilizations. Also 1 to 4 players. So this is a very cool looking game. I love the art, and designers are very good. So this one looks very neat, and I very much look forward to giving this one a try. This is Imperium Classics and Legends. Next up, we have 2 copies of Destinies, but unfortunately they're both already spoken for. We didn't get as many as we tried to order, unfortunately. It's a very, very popular game right now. Destinies, where's the numbers? There we go, 1 to 3 players, and it's a competitive, story-driven, RPG-like board game. It says it's the first. Is it really? I don't know. I mean, I guess Gloomhaven's cooperative, so maybe they have a point. We'll see. It does look very cool, though. It says it's the Destiny system offers a full story-driven app-supported RPG-like board game experience without the need for a game master. Each scenario pictures a part of a vivid world full of dark stories, epic characters, and mysteries to solve. Each player takes the role of a hero on a quest to fulfill their destiny. Now, I do know that this uses a similar system to, I think, Chronicles of Crime. It's also made by Lucky Duck Games, the same publisher. And yeah, looks really, really neat. I definitely recommend looking up some reviews. We will eventually get some more of these. So if you're interested, just email me, info@meeples.ca. Let me know, we'll put your name down. And right now, we have no additional requests for it, just the 2. And so, you know, our first copy that we get after these could be yours. Just let us know. That's Destinies. Okay, and lastly, we have Dahlgaard's Gifts. This is another copy of that Trickerion expansion that we opened up in our last video. They went very, very fast, so we brought in another copy. And I think we still have 1 copy left of Trickerion as well. There you go. This is just more copies of Happy Little Dinosaurs. I thought, maybe it's in a different, oh, here it is. I told you there were. There we go. Box in a box. Let's crack this one open right here. There we go. These are them. This is the 5 to 6 player expansion pack for Happy Little Dinosaurs. It's got some happy little T-Rexes and pterodactyls on the cover. They're very cute. You know, it's a, actually, no, it's not a Tyrannosaurus. This is a Velociraptor. It's actually a raging raptor, according to the card. Very cool. So there we go. Unstable Games. And we've got a bunch of these. And so if you get yourself some Happy Little Dinosaurs and you want to play with a bunch of people, there you go. You got the 5 to 6 player pack. And then, like I said, here's some more copies of Happy Little Dinosaurs. All right, so here we go. Return to the Path of Carcosa. This is for Arkham Horror, the card game. And if you've played the Path to Carcosa campaign, you can return to the campaign, and they have some variants of cards for the scenarios in this campaign, so you can play it again with a slightly different feel. Some of the cards maybe have errata, some of them balance changes, and just some, you know, different things going on, and that's pretty neat. Plus this nice organizer box for storing all of the cards in your campaign. Very nice. Return to the Path of Carcosa. We got a couple of those. Then we have, this has been out of stock for a little while, so we're happy to have it back in. This is Half Truth. This is the Ken Jennings and Richard Garfield designed trivia game, which we really enjoy. Very, very easy to learn and play. It's billed as the party game that makes you feel smart. And so there are 6 answers on each card, and 3 of them are right and 3 of them are wrong. And you just have to guess at least 1 correct answer. If you want, you can push your luck and try to get 2 or 3 correct answers. And you just put your chips next to the letters that you think are right. If you get one right, and you answer more than one when you get some of them wrong, then you don't get any points. You have to get all of the ones you guess right to get any points. But again, you only have to guess one. You're only forced to make one guess. So there's a bit of push your luck in there. Very, very easy to learn and play. Super fun. And this is by 74-time Jeopardy champion Ken Jennings and Magic the Gathering designer Richard Garfield. Very cool. And we have a restock of Sagrada, which is an awesome dice placement game. It is thematically a stained glass tile building game. The stained glass tile pieces are represented by dice, which have to be placed according to the rules. Very simply, you can't have 2 dice of the same color that are right beside each other, up and down or left and right. Diagonal is fine. You also can't have 2 dice with the same die value, the same number of pips, right beside each other, up and down or left and right. Every time you play the game, you slide a little card in there that has some filled in things. So like that has to be a yellow there, that has to be a red there. So if you ended up putting a red right there, that would mean you can't ever fill in that one because it also has to be red, and that would be against the rules. So you're trying to very intelligently, if you can, fill up that thing with dice. And every turn there's going to be some number of dice that are out and available. You pull out of the bag, you roll them, and then you take turns selecting the dice and placing them on your stained glass window. Very, very fun. Also, each game there's different bonus scoring cards that come out that give additional ways for you to get points, and that adds a lot of variety to this game. I've played this game so many times at all possible supported player counts, and it doesn't matter what player count you play this game at. It's just awesome all the time. One of our favorites, this is Sagrada. And then we have a couple more copies of Lost Ruins of Arnak as well. Okay, so these are, on the side of the box says, these are Iron Clays. These are from Roxley Games, and they are some very, very, very nice sets of poker chips. And unfortunately, they come double boxed because they are numbered. And so we will not be opening this, unfortunately, but you can certainly go on our website, meeples.ca, and see what they look like. Maybe I should have brought my own set in here since I knew I was going to be opening these up. I could have showed you what they look like, but anyway, they're beautiful. They have really nice weight to them, and if you're playing games where you use paper money or need to count things, then these are a really, really nice accessory for those games, and they're just gorgeous. So these are Iron Clays. All right, so here we have Exit the Sacred Temple. Now this one is neat. This is the first Exit game that also includes actual jigsaw puzzles as part of the game. There are 4 little puzzles in here, and that is pretty cool because obviously puzzles have been super popular these days and Exit games are super popular, so I'm expecting these to be extremely popular. And yeah, I bet you even Cheryl will want to try this one because she loves puzzles, and yeah, why not? It says it takes 2 to 3 hours to play, and that's probably because of the time it takes to make the puzzles. They're 88 pieces each, and yeah, that's pretty neat. This is the Sacred Temple. And here is the other new puzzle Exit game, the Deserted Lighthouse. Also has 4 puzzles with 88 pieces each. There you go. This one is level 4, so pretty complicated. Also says 2 to 3 hours, however, playtime. Pretty neat. Okay, so here we have, oh boy, I forgot how heavy this game is. Physically heavy. This is Ryan Lockett's Near and Far by Red Raven Games. It says here we are going to, well, first of all, it's a sequel to Above and Below, which is a really, really fun game. Search for a lost city in strange and wonderful world of ruins. Manage and recruit adventurers, each with a unique identity. Read from a book of stories, creating a memorable tale each time you play. Choose your path and connected quest lines. Includes a gorgeous atlas of 11 maps to play on. Buy skills for your character or over a 10-map campaign. 2 to 4 players, 90 minutes. So there is a lot of game in this box because there's so many, what do they call them? Well, 10 maps, so 10 games versus, I guess. Although maybe there's more than one game per. I have not played this yet, but I have some friends who have. They absolutely swear by it. They love it. And they've been passing it back and forth and playing it. So there you go. This is Near and Far. We're really happy. This is the first time we've had this game here at the cafe. Okay, so here we have another new game. This game we actually mislabeled on our website. We called it Catapult Kingdoms because on Board Game Geek, this game goes by Catapult Kingdoms. And so apologies for that mistake, but it's actually here called Catapult Feud. Maybe it's called Catapult Kingdoms somewhere else, and the version we have here in North America is Feud. Not exactly sure. But this is pretty neat because this is a dexterity game where you actually have these little catapults and you get to fling actual little balls of some amount of weight. I have not felt these yet, so I don't exactly know how heavy they are. But you actually are trying to knock down your opponent's tower, which is pretty neat. And at least one, maybe 2 of these are actually already sold. They were pre-ordered on our site, and then the other ones are available for you to take home from meeples.ca or here in store in Penticton. Catapult Feud. Okay, so first up, this is the first time we've been able to get these. I have a suspicion that the only reason we have these is because our distributor recently did inventory, and during the weekend I knew they were doing inventory. All of a sudden I saw these pop up on their site, so they probably found some somewhere and they thought they were sold out and they weren't. And so I grabbed a couple, and that's all I could get. This is the recharge pack for Charterstone, as it obviously says. Now, Charterstone is a really, really fun legacy game. It is a up to 6 player worker placement legacy game, and this allows you to play the game a second time. So the board that you get in the base game is double-sided. It's the exact same board on both sides. But while you're playing the game, you're going to be putting lots of stickers on the game as you progress through the campaign, and so you can't really replay it. But if you have the recharge pack, which is pretty inexpensive, then you can just flip over the board, and they give you new stickers, a new rule book, because you also lay stickers on the rule book to add more rules as you're playing, and all of the consumable components basically are here in the box. So. But again, they say here, do not open this pack until your first campaign is complete, because there are spoilers in this box. There are definitely spoilers. They are hidden much better in the base game box. So Charterstone, we have one copy of it here. It is one of my favorite experiences that I've ever had playing board games. Totally amazing experience. And I highly recommend it. Once you have a group of people to play with, do check out Charterstone. If you like worker placement games, if you like Euro games, it is just awesome. I do recommend you play with at least 4 players, and ideally you would actually play with 5 or 6, perfectly 6, because there's 6 different charters on the map. And if you have fewer players, then some of the charters don't really get played fully, and so you don't really get 100% of the same experience. Now, you'll still have lots of fun. The first time I played it, I think we played 5 players, so one charter was kind of partially AI driven, but not really. But yeah, it's not quite the same as having like an active charter with a player who's managing it and growing it. Is much better and much more interesting if they're all being played. So it's an amazing, amazing 6-player game. I know that 6-player games are hard to come by. Good ones are anyway. Most games are for 4 players or 5 players. 6 is very rare, so to have such an amazing game for 6 players is awesome, and then to be able to play it a second time and inexpensively as well is pretty neat. So one of these is already spoken for, but the other one is available. And I don't know, honestly, if we'll ever see these again, because I thought these are out, I'm pretty sure these are out of print, and I'm pretty sure this is just an inventory error that the warehouse was correcting. And that's the only reason we have these. So I've not seen one of these on a shelf anywhere in at least a year and a half. So that's pretty neat that we got these. And I know I made one person in town very, very happy who's been wanting one for a long time. So that's Charterstone Recharge Pack. So Xavier and I are just sort of like admiring the amazing packing job they're doing. We're wondering if maybe this warehouse has like a new software for telling people how to configure boxes, because the boxes in the shipment are way bigger and heavier than we've ever had. Like, they're all really big and heavy, and that's because they're packing them so efficiently. They're usually, as you've seen, I'm sure in our videos, they're like full of packing material like air bubbles and stuff, but not these boxes. These are full, and that is pretty cool. So here we have the Quest for El Dorado. This is a game we brought in a few times, and we always bring it in like one at a time, and then it sells out, and I realized, you know what, I should just bring a bunch in and see how that goes. This is such a fun game. I talk about it every time, but I absolutely love this game. It's a deck building game, and it's a race game. And so you have a deck of cards which you can get improve over the course of the game, otherwise it wouldn't be a deck building game. And you are trying to get from one end of the map to the other before any of your opponents. The cards will let you move on different types of terrains or do different types of things that can help you get there faster. It is just so fun and very competitive. There's lots of interaction in this game, tons of player interaction in this game. It is an absolute gem, and I'm really happy to have this back in again. Plus, we brought in a couple of the Golden Temple, which actually is a standalone game, which is pretty neat. So I have not played the Golden Temple yet, but I think it's pretty cool that they are continuing to make more variants of this, because it's really, really fun. Like, absolutely a riot to play. Yeah, I hope they keep making them. So we have El Dorado, the Quest for El Dorado, and then we have Golden Temple. Okay, next up we have another copy of Everdell Pearlbrook. I've been playing a lot of Everdell lately, and I've been loving it. I have not yet played Pearlbrook, but it looks very cool. So discover more of Everdell, and look at those neat pearls that you can play with. Again, for 1 to 4 players, plays in 60 to 90 minutes, ages 14 and up. The thing that I love about Everdell is that it doesn't do anything in particularly crazily, like it's not like some earth-shattering way to do things, but everything it does really tightly and really concisely, and the game is so easy to learn. If you have experience with other worker placement, resource management, engine building games, you'll feel right at home playing Everdell. The art is incredible, and I'm really looking forward to the chance to play these expansions. We also have Bellfaire in here. There we go, Bellfaire. And yeah, there's also Spirecrest, which has been out of stock for a while. And then we have up for pre-order on our site, we have, actually, is it up for pre-order yet? It might be going up this weekend. There's 2 more expansions for Everdell coming out later this year, early next year, I can't remember. I think they're called New Leaf and Mistwood or something like that. I think I have that right. Anyway, there you go, bunch of Everdell expansions. And we have Everdell in our library, and we have a bunch of copies of Everdell available here for you to take home as well. Next up, we have just one copy of Fantasy Realms: The Cursed Hoard. This is an expansion for Fantasy Realms, which is a game, as I think I've mentioned before, that we don't have. My fault, totally messed up. Supposed to order it. I thought I did. I guess I didn't. And I will get it at the next printing, and it will be reprinted. It is nominated for Spiel des Jahres, so I'm sure that game is going to be printed for a long time. It looks really neat, and here's a little expansion for it, the Cursed Hoard, and it is not claimed yet, so if you want it, you can come and get it. We have a couple Arkham Horror packs here, the Depths of Yoth. This is pack 5 of the Forgotten Age. I have just started replaying Forgotten Age, Arkham Horror, the card game. Last weekend, we got together for the first time in, well, since before the pandemic. Boy, was that ever a good feeling to sit down with people and play a game again, finally. And yeah, so we were like 2 or 3 scenarios into the Forgotten Age, and we decided to restart because we had forgotten so much. Why not restart? So we haven't quite gotten here yet, but eventually we will. This is the Depths of Yoth. And a minute ago we were showing you Sagrada, and here we have Passion. This is one of the 3 Great Facades expansions. It says it introduces new challenges to test your artisanal abilities, gain individual player powers through inspiration cards, use rare glass dice to compete in new private objectives, and be rewarded for carefully meeting new symmetry and balanced public objectives. There you go. Even more interesting constraints to add to an already cool game of constraints. Plus, we have more of the 5 to 6 player expansion for Sagrada. There you go. Which also includes the private dice pool boards and yeah, obviously the components for 2 more players too. So that's pretty cool. And then here we have Nemesis Carnomorph expansion. This is a expansion for Nemesis. There was a number of them that came out. We're not stocking them normally, but we can get them when they're back in stock. They are all sold out right now, but we did get Carnomorph for somebody who special ordered it, so there it is for them. They can come and get it this weekend. Okay, so here we have, holy cow, this is heavy. The best chess set ever. Is this the regular size or the, this is the XL size? Heavyweight edition, it says. Quadruple weighted pieces for the chess sorcerer. So, this is crazy heavy. It includes a silicone mat, which is really nice, and also some beautiful Staunton pieces that are very, very heavy. This box, I mean, now I know why this box is so heavy. It is crazy heavy. This is solid. This is very, holy moly. You know, these, one thing that's kind of annoying is this game was supposed to come out in January. It's June now, and it was supposed to come out in January, and that's when chess sets were really, really in demand because of that Netflix show, which, by the way, you should watch. It's awesome. The Queen's Gambit. It is a great show. And I really wanted this to come out when there was a big demand for awesome chess sets, and I hope there still is, because we still brought them in anyway. We do get people asking for chess sets, and these look amazing. I just saw a video about them last week when our distributor had a virtual open house and was super impressed, and it made me happy that I did decide to keep them, bring them in. But boy, would it have been nice to have these in January. So here is the non-heavyweight one, which is actually still very heavy. These are triple weighted pieces, very high quality, and yeah, so there you go. The best chess set ever. Has a 30-page handbook as well. 20 by 20 inch silicon mat. Now, how big is the mat on this one? Does it say? 20 by 20 inch on both sides, but these ones are so heavy. It's amazing. I wish, actually I do have a scale. Just give me a minute. I'm gonna weigh it. I'll be right back. Okay, so I did weigh these on our scale. 1,654 grams, 2,454 grams. So what is that, like 4 pounds or something? And then this is, no, 5? Oh yeah, 2.2 pounds per kilogram. So almost 5 pounds or 5 pounds. Super heavy. Like, that's impressive. There you go, best chess set ever. And we have not had this for a while. This is the original edition. Pardon for the dust. They pack these with this shredded up cardboard, and it gets all over things, so we have to clean them off when they come. That's super fun. But this is the Fog of Love, the original edition, and it is a 2-player game that is all about relationships. And it says it's a romantic comedy as a board game. Yeah, really neat game. We had these a lot last year, and we had sold out, and they have not been in for a while. So we do have a version of it here that is like an alternative accessibility version, but this is the original version. So there you go, Fog of Love. We've got a couple of those in. Next up we have King of 12, and you can see they've taped some promo cards onto the back, because this is the first shipment. This is from Lucky Duck Games, who we opened Destinies from. Chronicles of Crime is from them, and some other awesome games. So this is a card game, and it's been a long time since I've read about it, so unfortunately I don't remember exactly how this one works, but it looks pretty neat. 2 to 4 players, and it comes with some 12-sided dice, as you can kind of tell from the back of the box. Check it out on Board Game Geek, get more information. So we have 2 copies of this. And then we have some restocks of some great Garfield games. We have Architects of the West Kingdom, which has been out of stock for a while. We have a few copies of that, which I love. I have played this a whole bunch, and it's one of my favorite worker placement games. It's got a really neat mechanism where you can keep piling on more of your own workers onto an action space, and the more you have on there, the more you get out of that space each time you use it. And then eventually your opponents are going to get annoyed at how much you're getting out of it, and they're going to use a different action space to choose to take all of your workers off that space and capture them, and then in the future they're going to use another turn to send those workers of yours to jail, and then you're going to have to use one of your turns in order to get them back out of jail. Otherwise you're going to run out of workers. So really neat innovative mechanisms in this worker placement game. And then we also have the follow-up Paladins of the West Kingdom. I have not played this as often, only because it came out just shortly before the pandemic, but it is also very good. And then the game I have not yet gotten to play because it came out during the pandemic and haven't had a chance to play it yet is Viscounts of the West Kingdom. And very neat looking game as well. There you go. Okay, so for a moment I was totally confused about what this was, because I know I didn't order these, although I'm happy to have them. But these are actually some gifts from Lion Rampant, one of our major distributors. We have a Binding of Isaac's Four Souls keychain and some little counters. It says Lion Rampant Open House on it, 2021. And just a bunch of swag in here basically, and some free games as well. Legendary metal coins. I'm not sure what legendary is, but there's some cool metal coins. And yeah, have some tiny, ultra tiny epic galaxies. That's cool. And so some, I guess, some appreciation games. Now, this is interesting to see Push packaged this way. It's usually, the games I've ordered have not been packaged this way. This is actually a pretty neat game. We have it in the library. And then some games that we sold out of. Or maybe they just included some extra stuff that I had ordered, because I thought I had ordered Kyoto actually. But I'm very happy to have this back in, because we brought in a couple a few months ago and they sold right out. This is a neat game where you are bidding with people on, you're trying to improve the environment, but you're also still trying to have your nation prosper. If there isn't enough done by all the countries to, even if you're like have the best score because your country has prospered a lot, if you haven't collectively done enough to help the environment succeed, everybody loses. And so that's a pretty neat game about the climate. We have Ride the Rails. I mean, I don't know, did I order? I can't remember if I had this on back order and they just included it. I love Ride the Rails. I would totally order Ride the Rails again. So thank you if this was a throw-in from Lion. Otherwise, I just ordered it, but I don't see a packing slip, so I can't really tell. In any case, there's a bunch of neat stuff in here, including some KeyForge 2-player starter sets, Age of Ascension. There you go, and it won't be too long, hopefully, before we start having KeyForge tournaments here, which I really look forward to. And then, just like last year, they're sending me some candies. They know I'm a sucker for candies, so have you come in and had our candy bowls? They don't have exactly these things in, but things kind of like these. I love candies, and I love eating candies while I'm playing board games. So Lion knows that. Thank you very much. What else is in here? Little book of battle mats. Oh, right. This is, I think, like a sample thing. Loki battle maps. They make these neat battle maps for D&D. So there you go. And also a Chronicles of Crime 1900. There you go. So, oh, wait. I missed also blank. Make it your game. I have not played this. I don't know this one. So there you go. Bunch of stuff from Lion. So thank you, Lion. Okay, so first up we have another heavyweight edition of the best chess set ever. So we have 2 of each of the editions. And then some more awesome games from Garfield Games. So we have Raiders of the North Sea, and this was the first one that I played from them, and I love this. This is a very straightforward worker placement game. Neat thing about this game is that every turn you start with a worker in your hand and you place it somewhere, and then you end your turn by picking up a worker somewhere else. And there are different colors of meeples, and they have different ranges and abilities. That's a really neat mechanism. It's a very cool game, and one that includes some cards as well about these are the Vikings that you're collecting. It's super, super fun. Next up is Raiders of Scythia, which I think is like a spiritual successor to Raiders of the North Sea, but I have not had the chance to play it yet. So there you go. And then Hadrian's Wall, which we only got a couple in when they had the first printing of it. That was a couple months ago, but now we have more. This is 1 to 6 player game, and this is kind of like a roll and write game actually, so that's pretty neat. It's a very heavy box because of all the pads that are in here. It's mostly the pads. Very cool game. Hadrian's Wall, 1 to 6 players even. So that is it for this awesome unboxing video where we unboxed 14 boxes, including some freebies from Lion Rampant. So thank you very much, Lion Rampant, for that. Really appreciate that very much. I really enjoyed their virtual open house. This is where the publishers get an opportunity to tell us about their upcoming products for the year so that they can get us all excited about them, and then we can try to get you all excited about them. And I know there's a lot of neat stuff coming out in the next year. So again, thanks for watching this video. Please do like this video if you've enjoyed it, and share it on YouTube and Facebook and everywhere you can. Please tell people about our videos and our YouTube channel. Please do subscribe to our channel as well. We would love to get a lot of subscribers on YouTube, because then we can start to do some extra cool things with YouTube that we don't have access to yet as a small channel. Also, of course, let you know that we are open weekdays again. We were closed during the circuit breaker for most of the circuit breaker, but now we're open again 6 days a week, and we're open till 9 o'clock weekdays, but 10 o'clock Friday and Saturday, and then open till 6 on Sundays. You can make reservations. You're allowed to come in with your friends now, whereas from November forward, you were only allowed to come in with people in your own household. So call up your friends, the people you've been missing and waiting to play board games with. Come on down, grab a milkshake. Those taste great on a hot day like we've had lately. And come to our Stay and Play library, pull off a game from the shelf, take it down and enjoy it. That's what we're here for, and we'd love to see you, and look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day, and have fun and stay safe. Look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.